everybody, this is Patricia and welcome back to my channel. Today I am doing a video that it's the most requested video that I have received. So I thought, since it's so close to my own vacation, I would do this video on how I plan my family's vacations, because I go into little detail. People want to know how I budget and plan, and so I thought I'll just go through all of it with you. And so here we go. And I made some notes so I wouldn't stray from, what we're going to talk about here. So first off, if you've been watching my videos and you're a regular, you know my family and I are going to Orlando in less than 2 weeks, doing both Disney and Universal. So just to kind of give you a kind of an idea of when we start planning our vacation is in 12 days. And we're already have been in discussion for a couple of months about where we're going next time. Now, we take what we call a big vacation every 2 years. And this started with our wedding, and it's just kind of gone from there. So every 2 years, we plan a big vacation. And there's a lot that goes into it. And so like I said, our vacation for 2019 is already in the discussion stage. That's where it's at right now. But that's where we begin. We begin by discussing, where do we want to go as a family? What interests us, this and that. So after we pick a location, then I start researching it, and I also ask my family, okay? So I'm going to use this upcoming vacation to illustrate. All right. Not everybody. We had to kind of talk my husband into this vacation, but he's okay with it. Where do we want to go? We want to go back to Disney. We decided we had never been to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, and my son and I really wanted to go. Well, there we go. Let's go to Disney, and let's go in the fall so we can go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party. And then while we're at it, my son loves horror movies, so we're going to Universal, and we're going to go to Halloween Horror Nights, which also happens in the fall, getting towards Halloween. So that we chose where and what time of year. So then I say, okay, what is it you really want to do? What do we really want to do on this vacation? So we start writing it down. I knew from my research that Volcano Bay was going to be opening right next to Cabana Bay Beach Resort, which is where we're staying. So I knew I wanted to go to Cabana Bay. Okay, so we'll go when Cabana Bay's open and when all the parties begin. So Cabana Bay was for sure. My husband and my son both love Epcot. Okay, we're going to Epcot. When we go to Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, that will be our Magic Kingdom day. So we're going to Epcot, we're going to Magic Kingdom, and then I said, any other Disney parks? Well, not really. Hollywood Studios only has 4 rides right now because they're building Toy Story Land and Star Wars Land. So there's not a whole lot to do in the park for my family. Animal Kingdom just opened Pandora. Now, we're staying away from Animal Kingdom because they just opened Pandora, and it is like hours and hours wait. There's a whole other video I did on how to tour a theme park with an autistic child, and I will, or autistic person. I will link that video down below. But for crowd reasons, we decided not to do Animal Kingdom. Is it totally out of the realm? Will we not go to Animal Kingdom? Let's just say I'm about 95% sure we will not end up at Animal Kingdom. Who knows? That's the beauty about a vacation. You never know. Sometimes there's changes. But right now we're not going to Animal Kingdom. We're just going to Epcot and Magic Kingdom. And then my family loves the Cabana Bay Beach Resort, which is part of Universal. My son and I love Harry Potter. So let's get the 3-day park-to-park ticket for Universal, 1 day at Epcot, 1 day at Magic Kingdom, and that's our Mickey's Not So Scary park ticket. And we'll get a Halloween Horror Nights ticket for Universal. That's a separate ticketed item. So we know now what we want to do. So how many days is it going to take to do all this? Well, Mama needs a break. We ended up with 10-day trip. Okay, I know how many days. I know what time of year I want to go. And I know where we want to go. So therefore, I start my first itinerary. I start picking out what we're going to do on what days. So this is what my itinerary looks like. This is my final itinerary. Well, it's never really final because I take it with me and I make changes along the way. But right now, this is the final itinerary before we leave to go on vacation. So I make my first itinerary. When I make my first itinerary, I've got what days I think we're going to do what. And I go by, especially when it came to Halloween Horror Nights and Mickey's Not So Scary, I had to guess, based on previous years, when that party is going to start, when they were going to start having tickets. And I did real good because I knew Disney starts before Halloween Horror Nights. So, yes, Disney has already started their Mickey's Not So Scary. It started last Friday, I believe. And Halloween Horror Nights starts the Friday we leave on vacation. So we're going on Sunday night, which will be the 3rd night of the event. Yeah. Now, how I pick my days, again, of when I'm going to certain events is by crowd level. That is available online through touringplans.com. Does crowd levels for all the parks. So that helps me decide what days I want to go to what parks. But this time of year, crowds are not going to be too big of an issue, except Epcot is going to be having, which just started on Friday. I think, yes, just started on Friday. So Mickey's Not So Scary started a week ago Friday. Food and Wine at Epcot started this past Friday. So we will be attending Food and Wine Festival. So weekends are crowded for Food and Wine. I still don't know what day we're going to Epcot, but that's fine. Whatever day we get to go, because my niece is taking us, because she works for Disney. So for us, the Epcot day is free, but the Mickey's Not So Scary, we purchased tickets for that. We purchased all our other tickets. She is getting us into Epcot for free. And I don't like to take advantage of that too often, so I don't book my vacations around my niece's schedule and what she can do for me for free, because that's just wrong. I just can't do that. But she did offer to take us, and she's going to be going with us most of this trip. She's taking off as much as she can and doing things with us, so that's great. Anyway, back to planning. When I go and I plan the days and what activity I want to do on that day, write down the activities, what days you think you'll do what based on, let's say you're not going to Disney, say you're going to a big city, say you're going to Washington, D.C., and you want to go to the Smithsonian, which, in case you didn't know, there's more than one Smithsonian museum. There's a lot. So you've got to know what days these things are open that you want to go see, so you can put that in your itinerary. Also, where are you planning on eating? Are you planning on having fast food days, which always come in advance? They're a good advantage if you're really tight on your budget. Plan a few fast food days if you can. You know, what kind of restaurants? Is there a restaurant in this town that you're just dying to eat at? Budget for it. So what I do is I write down where I think I might want to eat, or just say fast food, or just say just chain restaurant or something like that. And if there are specific restaurants, go on their website and look at the menus and see the average cost of what it might cost you. Then what I do with my itinerary after I have done that is I write off to the side what I think meals are going to cost each day. So if we have breakfast in our room and then we eat at McDonald's for lunch and then we eat at this big fancy restaurant we want to eat at, and this is what I think the bill's going to be, I add all that up by just guessing, and then always pad it a little higher. I add a little more money in there. So I write that on the side of each day. Also, if you're going to be doing a lot of driving, you need to average in cost of gas. If you're not going to be driving, cost of Uber. What do you think the Uber's going to cost? Or, you know, if you're flying, you know, you need to figure out shuttles to and from the airport to your hotel. Just all kinds of transportation issues like that. Just sit and think what all you're going to do each day and what you think you need money for those days. And make notes. After you've done all of that, then go and start writing out your budget. Now, this budget right here is just for what we're taking. This is not my beginning budget. My beginning budget included hotel room. It included tickets into the theme parks. It included the special party ticket. All that was on my first budget, which I already paid. My hotel is paid off. My tickets are purchased. All that's done. So then on my final draft, this budget, it estimates how much money I need to take with us on this vacation. Now, on this budget, I have refillable mugs. That's the first thing on there. I know we're going to buy the refillable mug at our resort where you can drink unlimited drinks. You use it's a freestyle Coke machine. So it's sodas, which that's not what I don't even drink soda. It's got flavored waters in there. You can also use your refillable mug for tea, iced tea, hot tea, coffee, all your drinks. You can just refill, you know, just keep drinking. I think it is a 10-minute time frame between each fill. So, I mean, some families just buy the one mug and share it. My family's not going to do that. So we're buying 3 mugs. $54 is what it's going to cost. That actually will be cheaper than buying drinks for 10 days. Even if I brought my own drinks, I believe $54 is going to be cheaper because, believe me, you need to really keep hydrated and drink a lot. So that's the first on my list. I know I need $54 for the refillable mugs. I know when we arrive, we're driving down. So, like, I know I'm leaving Friday at 4 a.m. because my son, we have to leave at 4 a.m. It's an autism thing. We got to be gone. We got to be on the road at 4 a.m. That puts us in Savannah, Georgia by 9 a.m. We're going to hang out in Savannah, have lunch, head on down the road, and then we are going to spend the night with my husband's my husband's cousin in Jacksonville, Florida. So we're spending the night in Jacksonville, Florida on Friday night. Then on Saturday, we're getting up early, heading on into Orlando. So we've got a full day in Orlando on Saturday instead of driving all day. So we're going to the outlets shopping. We're going to the Orlando Eye. We're going to a comic book store my son wants to go to, Gods and Monsters. So I wrote it on here just so, you know, we remember. Because, again, this is an autism thing. He won't always remind us. So I know he really wants to go. And he wants to go to this big McDonald's that I think it's the biggest in the world. It's either the biggest in the world or biggest in the United States or has the largest play. I'm not sure. It's supposedly a well-known McDonald's. And they have a chef. And they have more than what your normal McDonald's would have. They have pizzas. They have pastas. They have all kinds of things. So I'll let you know. But he wants to go there. Then we're going to check into our hotel and just be done for the day. And then from there on, I've got which theme parks we're going to and where we're the places we want to eat that we definitely know we want to eat at these places. So that's basically what my itinerary has. My itinerary also has times that the parks open on these certain days, and I have crowd level marks. And that's, if you have someone in your group, they don't even have to be autistic. They just hate crowds. I know on Thursday, while we're on vacation, Universal and Islands of Adventure crowd level is a 2, which is really good. The best you could have is a 1. It's a 2, so it's not going to be too bad. Our highest crowd level on this trip is a 3. So that's good to know. So I know on my budget, Orlando Eye. Now I know that's tickets for the 3 of us to do the Orlando Eye, the Madame Tussauds Wax Museum, and the Sea Life Aquarium. I've budgeted for gas. I've budgeted for parking. Our resort charges $12 a day to park. Plus, when we drive over to Disney, when we go to Mickey's Not So Scary and when we go to Epcot, it's $17 to park the car. So I know that. I've got that budgeted. It's all in here. Then food. That's a rough estimate. I add up what I came up with for each day and then added some. I always add more to just about everything. I didn't tickets or the refillable mugs because I know what the price is, and so I don't need to pad that. But something like gas, I pad, especially now with all this craziness from the hurricane that hit Texas. Our gas prices are going up. So yeah, I'm glad I padded that. Souvenirs. I know a few things I want to get and how much they cost. That's why I love haul videos. And I will be doing a haul video myself with prices. Because then you know about how much. Oh, I see this thing. I really want it. I want to get that. Oh, that's how much it costs? Okay, I want to make sure I have money for that. So souvenirs. And then special tours or anything like that, I add to my budget. And then I also add a line called miscellaneous, and I usually look at what my total is before miscellaneous and then round up to the nearest whole number so I can have a nice even amount in my budget and I feel all my bases are covered. That's how I budget for my trip. Now, when I booked this trip, physically booked the hotel room, I had 436 days to my vacation. Yeah. The sooner you can book, I believe the cheaper your room rate is. Because I booked a suite for us at Cabana Bay, and I haven't seen prices that low. I booked and purchased my Universal tickets before the price increase. So I've got 2016 prices for September 2017 visit. That's another good reason to start planning and booking early. So I've saved a little bit of money that way. Also, to help, I know where we're planning on eating. And on this trip, we're eating at a lot of more expensive restaurants, I would say. The themed restaurants, stuff like that. If we were going on a trip to the beach somewhere, we probably wouldn't eat at so many expensive restaurants. But we're going to eat at Twosome's Chocolate Emporium. My family loves cowfish. We're going to eat at Cowfish. We're going to eat at Margaritaville. We're going to eat at all these different places. One of the places we're going to eat at Disney Springs, we decided, we've been to the Rainforest Cafe, we've been to the T-Rex Cafe, we've been to all those places, and my son's just like over it. He doesn't want to go. And I said, well, there's a sandwich place there we've never ate called Earl of Sandwich. And he said, that's fine, let's plan to eat there. And I'm like, okay. So I start researching. Earl of Sandwich is a chain. I did not know that. It's not just specifically at Disney Springs. And if you don't know what Disney Springs is, it's a free, well, it's free to park and there's no admission. It's a big shopping and restaurant area. There's tons of restaurants, from Blaze Pizza, which we're not going to eat at because we got one 5 minutes from our house. So we want to eat somewhere we don't have. So they have like Blaze Pizza. They have Sprinkles Cupcakes. All the way up to Morimoto has a restaurant, and Wolfgang Puck. You get to some really expensive STK Steakhouse. We're not going to those places. We're going to eat at Earl of Sandwich, where sandwiches average between $6 and $8. There you go. So it's not going to be expensive. So I looked up Earl of Sandwich and my folder with my documents. So I looked up Earl of Sandwich, and they have a loyalty club. So I signed up for the loyalty club, and so I have a card number. I don't have a physical card because I did this online. So I have my card number. Now, I take my card number with us, and we get 10% off our first purchase, which will be when we get down there. Well, I also signed up for text messages, of offers, and I got a text stating they were going to be doing a giveaway, and this has been maybe a month or so ago. And it said you need to act quick when you get the text that the giveaway is gone live. I got the text, the giveaway had gone live, and I got that. I got a free sandwich with purchase of any fountain drink, and it expires September 30th. So, yay. I was afraid, I won that so far back, I was afraid it would expire before we even got down there. But no, it's going to work. So, do things like this. I know we're going to Margaritaville. I'm a huge Jimmy Buffett fan, and I'm a big fan of Margaritaville. And I'm already have the loyalty card thing. And I know from history that on your birthday, I get an email for a free appetizer for Margaritaville. And we have one not far from here. So, we go on my birthday or around my birthday. Well, my husband's not signed up. My husband's birthday is September 11th. I mean, it's just here right around the corner. And so I signed him up on Margaritaville. And I have him checking his emails because since it is the first of the month, he should be getting his email to print out the coupon for a free appetizer for Margaritaville. So do things like that to save some money. Also, what you can do is send off for these things. Send off for the guidebooks. They're free. Go online and type in wherever you're going, vacation, wherever, and send off for the brochures, the free brochures. And these give you lots of good tips if you're looking for places to stay or things to do. And like this place right here, this Capone's Dinner Show, 50% off all tickets. Here's your coupon. That'll save you money and help you plan your trip. There's that, and like this one, it divides everything up into like easy to use categories like accommodations, attractions, and under attractions it lets you know what is let me show you. I just saw that. What takes, a fourth of a day, a half of a day, or a full day to visit. And so, yeah, these are great. These kind of things are great when you're booking your trip, so you know what's going on and give you some hints. Now, for how we budget and pay for everything. When I make my very first budget, And I have everything in there, the pricing, everything for your hotel. It's just the first budget has everything that I can imagine, plus a miscellaneous for the things I'm not thinking about. Because sometimes I'll go back and go, oh, you know, I didn't think about this. You know, I'm totally revising my budgets, my itineraries, and my packing, because I've just begun making packing lists. But once I know approximately what we're looking at, and you look at that budget and you'll say, oh, I don't know, that's just a little too steep. Then go back and tweak it, fine tune it, say, well, maybe we can't do this time, and go back and just see, what does my family really want to do, and what can we cut out? Where can we cut? Can we eat it fast food, you know, instead? We're taking breakfast items. We are going to eat a majority of our breakfast in our room. We have a suite, so we can have breakfast in the room. We're not going to do that every day because we're going to get really tired of that. I know that, and I budgeted knowing that there are some days we're going to eat breakfast there at the Bayliner Diner in our resort. But otherwise, we're going to have just breakfast stuff in our room. That'll help save money, because breakfast on vacation costs as much as your lunch or your dinner. Dinners cost more. That's another thing. If there's a really nice restaurant you want to go to, eat there for lunch. It's cheaper. It's cheaper at lunch than it is at dinner. Dinner's always more expensive. Just a heads up. Switch things around. Eat there for dinner. Eat there for lunch. And then, you know, that'll save you some money. Okay, now for the actual saving the money. I've got my first budget, and I see how much money we're going to need. And what we do, we have a separate checking account. And of course, we have debit cards with that checking account. That checking account is vacation money only. So out of every paycheck, we know how much we need, how many months we need to save up for it, and I divide that up by how many paychecks we have between beginning and end. And I move that money over into the vacation fund, the checking account. And every year, I've saved up more money than I have, I have in my budget. I already have the money for this vacation. I don't need to save anymore, but, you know, my husband has one more payday, and that's the payday right before we leave on vacation, and then he gets paid again while we're on vacation. So I kind of, you know, figured that in too. So, yeah, we're all set. But by having a separate checking account, then we don't take our regular debit account or debit card that we use, the account that we use for paying our bills and just our everyday living. We leave those cards at home, and we just take our vacation card. If something happens, in our card or our number gets stolen, they only have access to our vacation money. They don't have access to our bill money and all that. So that's why we do that. Also, we know that what we have on here, that's the money we're spending. So that's what we do. I also, while I'm on vacation, hang on to receipts, and every day I'll start a page in my notebook on what we spent that day and what category it falls in, and make sure we're staying on budget. Most of the time, when vacation's over, I have money left over. And I really think that's because I pad that budget, because you never know what's going to happen. You absolutely never know what's going to happen. We have an emergency credit card that is an emergency credit card. So if there is an emergency, we've got backup. but we don't touch it unless there is an emergency. So we have that. So that's basically it. That's how we plan. I say research. To just give you an idea for our next trip, we are thinking Europe. And then again, with everything that's going on in the world today, I don't know if our next trip will definitely be Europe. But buy some books, even if it's older ones. Like this one, I've had a while, but you've got your book on France. We did recently purchase this book, and it's 33 amazing road trips through Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. My husband and I both have been to Germany, Austria, and Switzerland, but Nathan has never been to Europe, so we want to take him. So yeah, or this book. This is another maybe right here. So yeah, we're right now for our next trip in the stages of where exactly do we want to go. And I'll tell you right now, this seems to be top of the list. And what do we actually want to see while we're there? What's most important? What is not? Stuff like that. So I hope that helped you all, you know, showing you how I plan our trips, how I budget for our trips. I don't want anybody to think, oh, yeah, she's got a lot of money. No, we have a one-income family. I haven't worked now in 5 years. I haven't had a job in 5 years. So, yeah, we've got one paycheck coming in. We own our home. This home was given to me by my mother. It was left to me in her will. So we have no mortgage payment. So we have a little extra money to play with and do things with. But not a lot. We're not out just gallivanting and, you know, traipsing everywhere. I plan all this, and I hate to be in debt. If you know me, I don't like to be in debt. I don't want to have a lot of debt over my head. So if we can't afford it, we don't go. So, yeah, I hope this helped you. If it did, you know, give me a thumbs up. And let me know. If you enjoyed this video, let me know if you want more videos like this. I'll definitely make them. If you have any questions, about any of this, this is not just, I tried not to make it Disney, but that's where we're going. But you can use these tips planning a trip anywhere. Even if you're just going for a weekend somewhere, just kind of know how much money you need to have with you, you know, that kind of thing, and have a plan, a game plan. I know it's fun to just fly by the seat of your pants sometimes. As a mother of an autistic son, I don't have that luxury. But sometimes it is fun just to go. But in our family, I need to know what I'm getting into before we get there, so we can kind of not, you know, have some bad things happen. When I say bad things, you know, surprises like crowds and loud noises, stuff like that. But anyway, I digress. If you have any questions, please leave them down below. And I hope I helped at least one person. I hope I helped at least one of you. So again, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.